that there is India and there are 192 other countries occupying 510 million square kilometers of the Mother Earth's land space and another 300 million square kilometers of its exclusive maritime boundaries, exclusive economic zones. And in that, there is a power rivalry. Why is there a power rivalry? Can we really live in the world where there is no power rivalry? Why is it that for whatever known history is recorded and the unknown history which was never written, that anyone who exercised power from a clan to a tribe to a nation to a state to a principality always had a problem of exercising and wielding power. And it lies in the fundamental genetics, the DNA of the world that we live in. We live in a world which is highly asymmetric. There are gross inequalities which define the power of the state. Out of this 533 million square kilometers, there are countries as big as Russia with 17 million square kilometers and as small as Vatican with 0.4 square kilometers. There are countries with armies with about 22.8 lakh, Chinese army, the biggest, and I think 22 countries having armies below 2,000. There is asymmetries of population, asymmetries of your resources, asymmetries of your economic growth, of your human capabilities, of your technology. How can such an unequal world ever have a community of nations where there are equal rights exercised by everyone? It is just like telling that in the democracy, the poor man begging on the street and Dhirubhai Ambani's sons, they have equal political shareholding in the country. Theoretically, yes. Practically, theoretically. So let us look at the realities that exist and not as you wish them to be. If you are really going to be a power player. If you are imagining yourself as India, then think that you are one state having some power. And there are another 192 states which are also having a great power. And these power equations have to change as fast as they can, and you have to shuffle the cards and play your trumps in the way that you are the winner. Because there is a very dicey game of power politics. It is not that, it's the Machiavelli who said that. It is the Chanakya who said that. If you do not dominate, you are dominated. You don't have a choice. You can take a principled position thinking that the world will work on principles. It will never work on principles. The difference between the states which are powerful and which lack power is only one. Powerful state acts what is in its national interest and then devises a principle to give it a sugar coating. A weak state decides a principle and then becomes entrapped in that. There was a principle that white man brought in to justify colonization. So there was a principle. And they said we are taking the principled position of going to Asia and Africa. There was a principle that the world has got to be free. And for the principle of freedom, the communism had to be fought. What Glasnost and Perestroika are going, probably everybody forgot about it. It does not apply to China. So there are principles made. We have to lead, nations have to work on principles, but your genius lies in furthering your national interest than finding something honorable, scholarly, acceptable, and give it the veneer of principle. Now in this power game, where does India stand? In the power of the state, there are constants and there are variables. A very sound observation was made by Principal Swami that India imaged itself as a power even 2000 years back. And if you read the history of the economies of the world by Madison from Oxford University, he has said that right from 1st century AD, from where he had started of 18th century, India's share in world economy was ranging from 18% to 33%. It was one of the world's largest economies. Its civilizational power, its geographical expanse. So there are two things. What are the constants? Constants include your size, which is not conditional on the vagaries of your policies, your performances, etc. Sorry. So India, So India is a huge country, 3.2 million square kilometers, some of the largest country in the world. And it is not only that it's the second largest country in the world. We do say that China is 3 times the Indian size, but China has less than 60% of the arable land that India has got. India has got 16 million hectares of arable land, whereas China has got only 10 million hectares. India is only number 2 in the world, the first being the United States. It has got a huge population, 1.2 billion today, probably likely to take over China when China has started aging. It is not only the large population, it has also got the world's